Today is Tuesday, the 31st of January 2017. That is 1249 hours Central European Time. In light of the two videos yesterday and the realization yesterday on how all kind of information is kept from the Uga-ugas overlords, I figured I'm going to do a little video here aimed at the Uga-ugas, aimed at the Jews, namely particularly the MEW-Jews, MEW-Jews, mankind ending wishing Jews. See, it boils down to, I just realized at this very moment, well actually 2 minutes back, before I decided to start recording this video, as I said, I can verify that some of you are willing executioners, a part in the alliance against me, a part in the alliance to discredit me, and so on and so forth. However, due to the nature of it, they too must be lied to by others in this alliance, namely especially the Abwehramt. And quintessentially, that all winds up in me having realized that, somewhat simplified, I have the dubious pleasure of identifying the diverse strains of obscenity in the Uga-ugas' heads. Because apparently, the Uga-uga overlords and their willing executioners are not quite gebeutled, look it up in a dictionary, by the same flavor of obscenity. If you were so kind to look at the MAC systematics, being a little illustration called the mind and consciousness systematics, you know, that triangle thing. On the right top side you have obscenity, and I took the liberty to do some sub-regions therein, namely what, in lack of a better word, I call a Jedediah defect, a Solomon defect, and forced in the runnings of the virtual were the Adonijah defect. I just realized, you know, my reaction upon realizing that quintessentially now it appears as if I have to figure the fucking ugas, the diversity of obscenity amongst them. I've done that by making this artwork, by making this table of everything, right? Sanity, obscenity, insanity. Go look it up. Go get the information. I don't see how it would be my job to further study the differences in obscenity. That is really left for other people. I went as far as to clearly declare what is what. There's the uni-obscene part with the Jedediah and the Solomon, and if forced into the workings of virtualware and so on and so forth, a part of that is dragged into the proxy sane, namely the Adonijah part. Go look at the artwork table. And above that you have the Dista sane, which are the unaware fuckers, and so on and so forth. My point being, Ugas, Jews, in 1 hour and 7 minutes, I have an appointment at the unemployment office, and the chances are very high, higher than they've ever been before, that I'm going to get my unemployment money cut, which means that I'm not going to get any money. And I have explained several times throughout these years, not that many videos ago, how that has me wind up on the street, and that's really the end of it all. Now, if you Uga-ugas out there, and I know you don't get to see these videos right away, the Uga-uga overlords, because they're keeping these videos and the information from you, but that day, in retrospect then, when you get to see these videos, if you Uga-ugas out there really think that you can coerce it due to the situation and everything onto me to further figure you the details of obscenity of your little obscene strains, and at the same time keeping me like this, in the sense of, you know, no teeth, no nothing, the Abwehramt having seen to it my entire life that I never had money. I've explained that in the past. I did a biography video where I briefly explained the routines to burn money so that you never keep any. I don't have the money to get my teeth fixed, and I don't have the money to pay the rent if they cut the unemployment money. See, what you need to understand, Uga-ugas, I also want to point this out to you, is that for 4 years now I've been getting all manners of attack via the inhumane technology, and none of that got me down. Here I am, unbowed, unbroken, and unscarred. The unscarred part, see, they succeeded to do away with what I call the cerebellum with a capital C. They killed my cerebellum. I've explained that countless times in the past. That really is not so much the brilliance of the Abwehramt or their associates, rather than just physics. You know, electricity can be a very destructive thing, and if you keep several of the spheres located on the entire region here, back in the day when there still was enough juice being produced, before even that got sabotaged, you just electrify it all into nothing. And they succeeded to kill the cerebellum, not even understanding what it was. I explained that countless times before, and so on and so forth. That's the only thing where one might argue it's not unscarred. As they completely and utterly misunderstand what the cerebellum was, I still insist it's unscarred, because they think they inflicted a scar having the cerebellum completely wrong, but thereby they did not inflict any such scar. So here I am, unbowed, unbroken, unscarred. The Abwehramt carried out bio attacks against me, with which I mean that back when I still was working at PricewaterhouseCoopers, I've explained that in the past, they placed a biological agent that would, I have no idea what it was, I don't claim to know. Right next to my desk there was a little air conditioning unit and heating unit, and in it they placed something that dispensed an agent, and it fucked up everything in my nostrils and down, way back when. I got over this. This here is nothing to do with that bio thing. I just mentioned the bio thing because with all the inhumane technology, they did not get me down. They had to revert to that shit. They have to revert to threatening to cut my unemployment money. I want you to understand, Uga-ugas, how pathetic they are. And when you go to annihilate them all, please remember how they are pathetic. Please remember that. And if you seriously expect me to fathom you the meaning of the diversity in your obscenity, you gotta do better than this, quite frankly. I have said a bazillion times before that someone out there has to send money to me because I am the prime protector of mankind, and the Abwehramt has completely ruined me my entire life long. I would appreciate teeth in my mouth, and I would appreciate not having it's not even a fear is something irrational, not having the certainty that if they cut my unemployment money, I'm on the street, basically. So, Uga-ugas, maybe you find it in you to have some money come my way. If it is quite a bit, I am able to get my ass out of here and thus get my ass out of these proxy devices fields. I would really appreciate that. See, I have nowhere else to go. I tried to make it to Albion to inform the fuckers there. I recorded videos explaining what happened there. I documented what led up to the events at the border force in Calais, and so on and so forth. So, Uga-ugas, maybe you could see to it that I get some money my way, okay? Enough to fix my teeth as a very minimum, and at least pay the rent a year in advance. And if you can see beyond that, maybe enough money so that I can get to another place where, at least from the start, they don't right away have proxy tech. Or you get me out of the country somewhere. I've said that just very recently, a safe house. But once more, also I want to remind you viewers of the fact that in 4 years, all of the inhumane technology did not suffice to do me in, and they have to revert then and to things like a bio attempt at me, and that was pretty severe, I assure you. That was severe. The results thereof. That was pretty severe stuff, just for completeness sake. And right now they have to revert to ridiculing me with the job offers that I also documented in the video, a few videos back, and with, you know, me running the risk of losing my money. So maybe the Uga-ugas overlords, whom I will do away with. Shalom. What's the opposite of shalom? I don't know what the opposite of shalom is, but shalom. No, let's not go into Latin. I would appreciate if the Uga-ugas could do away with all of these. But see, to a certain extent, my interpretation of one of the, there must be several, but one of the deeper reasons and motivations for keeping that information from the Uga-ugas overlords is actually that they don't want to die. You know, which is kind of funny because they're all working for the end of mankind and yet they don't want to die. I explained to them how the RCC is dead. How if you want to extinct mankind, along the way, one after the other will fall. And they don't want to be the first to fall or the second or the third. They don't want, they want to extinct mankind without anybody falling. that is why they keep information from you. I know that the Uga-ugas overlords have access to information and to hard knowledge, no matter how delusional they are. And it has to do with the MAC systematics. I'm not perfectly sure at this point because I refuse to analyze it, because as I just said, I don't like the idea of having to analyze your various strains of insanity, but the Uga-ugas overlords are on a part where they have enough hard, actual knowledge of how this shit works, and so on and so forth. No matter how delusional they might be otherwise, as in, you know, mumbo-jumbo God, blah, whatnot, rebirth. Well, is it rebirth? No, probably not the Uga-ugas. No. So, money, Uga-ugas. That would be nice, thank you. Mind you, I assure you, my doing away with all Uga-ugas in the world will not be affected by whether or not you see to it that I get money. I just want to point out that as it won't affect it, you have no good reason to not send me money. You have all good reason in the world to send me money.